If you're an immigrant in the United States, you need to hear this. For years, getting a green card felt like an endless wait. Delayed interviews, backlogged cases, and no clear answers from USCIS. But something incredible just happened, and it's finally in your favor. Green card approvals are surging across the country, and we're not talking about minor increases. Processing times are speeding up, backlogs are shrinking, and thousands of immigrant families are finally being reunited. This isn't just good news. This is a massive victory for people who've been stuck in the system for far too long. But that's not all. The federal government, specifically ICE, is facing a major lawsuit that could change the way immigration enforcement is handled in the U.S. forever. The allegations? Unlawful detentions, overreach, and mistreatment of immigrants. And now, the courts are demanding answers. These two powerful developments, faster green cards and legal pressure on ICE, are creating real momentum for immigrants seeking fairness, dignity, and a stable future in America. Whether you're waiting for your adjustment of status, supporting a loved one, or simply trying to stay informed, this video breaks down everything you need to know in simple, clear terms. No legal jargon, just the facts and what it means for you and your family. So if you're ready to finally hear some good news about immigration, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like this video if you care about immigrant rights. It helps more people get this critical update. So let's start with the really big news. The green card approval process is finally moving faster. And no, this isn't just a rumor floating around the internet or something that will only help a small number of people. This is real, it's happening across the country, and it's already changing lives. Families that have been waiting for years to hear from USCIS are suddenly getting approval notices, biometrics appointments, and even interviews scheduled in record time. It feels like the floodgates have opened, and the momentum is building. Now, you might be wondering, why is this happening now? After all, the system has been so slow for so long, with years of backlogs caused by the pandemic, staff shortages, and policy changes. But here's the truth. The Biden administration has been quietly pushing USCIS to reduce processing times. There's been pressure from immigration advocates, legal organizations, and even members of Congress to make this system more efficient, more humane, and more fair. USCIS has been hiring more staff, expanding overtime hours, and streamlining how cases are reviewed. And for once, it seems like those efforts are finally paying off. People who applied for adjustment of status, whether through family sponsorship, asylum, or even employment-based visas, are finally seeing movement. And what's so heartwarming is hearing from families who've been apart for years, now getting a second chance at living together, in peace. Here in the US, imagine waiting 5, 6, even 10 years, and then suddenly opening your mailbox and seeing an approval letter. That's not just paperwork, that's life-changing. That's security. That's freedom. But while that's amazing news, there's another side of the story that's equally important, and that's what's happening with ICE. For those of you who aren't familiar, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, has been at the center of a lot of controversy over the years. There have been countless reports of aggressive enforcement tactics, detentions without clear justification, and even raids that left families terrified and broken apart. For a long time, there's been a feeling of fear whenever people heard the word ICE. But now, something different is happening. ICE is facing a major lawsuit, and this time, it's not immigrants who are on the defensive. It's the agency itself. Several advocacy groups and legal organizations have banded together to sue ICE over alleged violations of immigrants' constitutional rights. The lawsuit claims that ICE has been detaining people without due process, denying them access to legal counsel, and in some cases, even holding individuals for extended periods without clear justification or proper hearings. And this is more than just paperwork or legal technicalities. It's about holding an agency accountable for the trauma and fear it has caused countless immigrant families. For too long, people have lived with the constant stress of a knock on the door, a traffic stop turning into deportation, or a simple check-in becoming a one-way ticket out of the country. That kind of fear takes a toll on families, especially children. And now, finally, there's a real effort to challenge that in the courts with facts, with testimonies, and with legal pressure. What's powerful here is that this lawsuit isn't happening in isolation. It's part of a much broader shift in how immigration is being discussed and handled in the US. We're seeing more elected leaders speak out in favor of reform. We're seeing more communities push back against harsh enforcement policies. And most importantly, we're seeing immigrants themselves stand up and say, enough. We deserve dignity. We deserve fairness. We deserve a chance. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, but what does this mean for me? I'm still waiting. I'm still stuck. I hear you. I really do. Not everyone will feel the impact of these changes overnight. Some cases are still delayed, and the system still has its flaws. But what's different now is that progress is happening. The system is moving. And that means you're no longer waiting in a dead end. You're part of a process that's finally showing signs of life. So what can you do in the meantime? The most important thing is to stay informed and be proactive. Check your case status regularly on the USCIS website. Make sure your contact information is up to date. If you receive a request for evidence RFE, respond as quickly and thoroughly as possible. And if you can, connect with a trusted immigration attorney or legal aid group, even if just for a consultation, to make sure you're not missing anything that could delay your approval. Also, don't underestimate the power of community. When we share stories, when we support each other, when we lift each other up, that's how we make change last. There are immigrant communities all across this country organizing support groups, sharing resources, and making sure no one goes through this alone. If you're feeling overwhelmed, reach out. There's strength in numbers, and there's always someone who understands what you're going through. Let's talk for a moment about the emotional side of all this. Because this process, waiting for a green card, dealing with ICE, facing uncertainty, it's not just paperwork and appointments. It's stress. It's anxiety. It's sleepless nights wondering what's going to happen to you or your family. It's missing birthdays, holidays, and major life moments because of visa restrictions or travel fears. And that emotional burden? It's real. It's heavy. And you are not alone in feeling it. But here's what I want you to remember. Every step forward, no matter how small, is still progress. This recent surge in approvals? That's a step forward. This lawsuit challenging ICE? That's a step forward. The conversations happening in Congress and the courts and the media? All steps forward. They may not fix everything overnight, but they are proof that the system is not frozen. Things are moving, and you are not invisible. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And your presence here in this country matters. And if no one's told you this recently, let me be the one to say it. You belong here. Whether you're here on a visa, applying for a green card, or waiting for asylum, your dreams and hopes are just as valid as anyone else's. You came here for a better future, for safety, for opportunity, for your family, and those are dreams worth fighting for. So, as we wrap up this part of the video, I want you to take a deep breath. Let yourself feel the hope again. Because for the first time in a long time, that hope isn't just wishful thinking, it's rooted in real, tangible changes. The system is waking up. The pressure is working. And the wins, they're starting to stack up. We'll continue to monitor what happens with the ICE lawsuit and keep you updated on what it could mean for policy changes. And of course, we'll be tracking USCIS's approval rates, any shifts in processing times, and new executive actions that might affect your case. If you found this video helpful, or if it gave you even just a little bit of hope, please take a second to click that like button. It helps the video reach more immigrants who are in the same position as you, waiting, hoping, and needing real answers. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an important update. You've been patient. You've been strong. And now, with all this momentum, it's time to start feeling empowered again. Your journey isn't over. It's just beginning. And you're not walking it alone.